Alright guys, let's start by making this line right here and then pulling it down, up, creating kind of a wall. These lines, we're going to use them both to the wall on the right, and also we're going to use these lines to mark the base of the ceiling and the floor. Like we are creating two paths. The path on the floor and a path for the ceiling. This part right here, I'll mark it like a rectangle. Just like we are creating a door. Because this part will be completely painted black. With ruler, you can also use a pencil, okay, or a marker to do this. Now I'm going to use this tool. This is a French curved ruler. It is a quite old and broken, but you know, you can use a tool just like this. I'll use a pencil to do my lines. I won't use the marker because it is very easy to make a mistake at this stage. But I'll make the markings for the walls. Notice that I made this first one different from the second one. But now I can use the marker. I'll make some vertical divisions and notice that as I approach the edge of the sheet of paper, I increase the spacing. Right here, I've just covered the pencil lines that we made using the French curved ruler. And then I can use the ruler again, doing the same thing we did on the first wall. Notice that as I approach the edge, I increase the distance between the spaces. It is the space and that will give the depth effect that we want. So we made the vertical lines. I'll divide it in half. And then divide each half in half again. Creating 4 mini paths. Right here I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to divide in the middle and then in the middle again. We're creating 4 parts, 4 divisions. Right here, I'll divide right in the middle vertically and draw a line from one end to the other of the sheet of paper. And here, I'll divide each half in half again, using this tool. I'll also divide it into 4 parts. Right here we're going to do the same thing. First half and second half. You don't have to be very focused on making it 100% right in the middle, okay? It is an estimate. You have to try to get as close as possible, but that's fine. As I said in the beginning, this part right here is similar to a door. I'm going to paint it completely black. Of course, you can choose the size. This part, I'll leave it a little bigger, you know, I'll leave it about the height of the first wall. Here we are going to start painting the checkboard. We're going to make a white square and a black one. We'll alternate this on all walls. both on the side and on the ceiling and the floor. Right here, guys, I don't have much to say, it is just paint. You can just paint like a checkerboard. We are going to do this on the entire wall. However, I'll pass the pencil and you will have a preview of how each part of the drawing will look. I'll use a very dark pencil, a 4B. I'm using actually a 5B. You can use a 6B, that's okay. Then I'll take a tissue paper, fold it diagonally in half, and then I'm gonna use it to blend the graphite tones we did on the side. Notice how it blends well. And then we can create a very interesting gradient effect. Right here, it is not the final result yet, but you can have a sense of how the drawing will look. And the result was as expected. I'm going to just make an adjustment right here. And guys, if I change the type of marker while I'm executing the drawing, it doesn't matter, okay? I have different brands of markers right here, but sometimes I take one or another, but that's okay. I'm going to use the lines on the right wall as a base to create this division right here horizontally, both on the part related to the floor and the ceiling. And I use the edge of the sheet of paper as a measure for the lines to be straight. I'm not going to make numerical markings. I'm not going to measure, I'll just base myself on the position of the ruler relative to the edge of the sheet of paper. And all the squares we have here are already marked. Now it is time for us to do the fill-in. We're going to fill in all these markings in a checkerboard style. Now guys, I'm going to use the pencil. You can use a 5B or a 6B pencil. We're going to do right here. Just like this. The gradient, I'm going to make it lighter on the edges of the sheet of paper. And as we get closer to the bottom, I'll make it much darker. It is kind of a gradient. It doesn't matter the position you're going to path the pencil, diagonally or vertically. The important thing is not to leave the drawing with a lot of lines. And we'll do it in the 4 divisions. So it gets darker at the bottom of the drawing, and as it gets closer to the edge, it gets lighter. It is a gradient. And then with a tissue, the same tissue we used it in the beginning, I'm going to blend this detail. And guys, it is up to you to say whether it is good or not. If you think the graphite tone is already okay, and you're already happy with the gray tone in this gradient, great, amazing. If not, you can apply another layer, pass the pencil again and make it darker, especially this part at the end. And it is important to leave it a little darker right here in this part, because this darker tone gives a very nice effect. Don't forget that shadows, darker parts, give depth effect to the drawing. And light, shine always give a volume effect to the drawing. And now that we use it, the pencil, now we can use the tissue to blend all this part. You can do this process, apply layers of graphite as many times as you deem necessary, especially if you don't have a 6B, 7B, 8B pencil. If you don't have a darker pencil, it is very important to draw layers and layers of graphite, as much as you think it is necessary to create the depth effect that we want. If you want, you can reinforce these parts, these lines, but it is not something very necessary, I'm using a ruler right here, but of course, if you don't have the ruler, you can use any kind of a rounded surface, or you can actually do it freehand. And now guys, we have the drawing basically completed. And notice that I can move the drawing and we have the same effect. I'm just blending it a little more. It is just an adjustment, okay? As I said, we don't have a limit here. We don't have a ruler here. You can do the adjustments as you wish. You can move the drawing and see all the angles. Very nice effect, guys. And of course, you can even interact it with objects. For example, I have a little car right here, and you can fit it into the drawing, creating an illusion effect. Pretty cool, huh? So you can play around a lot with these 3D drawings. You can use your creativity a lot and always look for, ways, creative ways to, deal with your drawing. And that was the video of this day. I hope you liked it, and I really hope you guys liked this video. And feel free to, ask me questions. I'm here to help you. If you want to, learn how to draw a different kind of drawing, you can send me a message and I'll be happy to help you. Thank you guys. See you.